We'll call it to that.
Whoa.
We're off, leaving the boats here for a couple of days.
We're on our way to Blackburn. And what we're doing today is we're framing them. We started this vlog just as soon as we've got back to the boats after last week's travels. So we've just set off from where we were keeping the boats at the marina, and we're stuck on something like immediately outside. The back of the boat is completely stuck. I think maybe, I don't think it's the prop, I think maybe it's caught on something on the bottom. Can you feel what it is?
Yeah, big rocky shell.
Oh.
Big load of rock. The boat's up. The boat's all up out of the water back here.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't think we'll get off this anytime soon.
What do you think will do it?
I don't know, we might just have to live here now. I'll just canoe down and get us some dinner.
Live in the middle of the canal? Right. I guess there's no getting us off at the moment. We tried rocking it side to side, pushing it with the barge pole, pulling it from the front, Vic got on the bank, revving it forward and nothing. Look.
Well, I went back and got Holly in the canoe. We've been zigzagging a bit. So far, no advantage. Not really sure what to do, to be honest. It's pretty stuck. It's like maybe 4 inches out of the water at the back. Well, I also tried breasted up, sort of side by side, seeing if I could make any ground that way, but no dice. There's a boat waiting behind now, but it might look like I'm abandoning Zero. We kind of are. I'm going to go and moor up with Holly. It's William's bedtime, basically. He's not going to be patient for much longer, so we need to go and sort him out. Hey? The plan is now I'm going to canoe back, and we're just going to tie the front of Zero onto a tree and spend the night on land, basically. But by on land I just mean spend the night on Zero, on her new foundations. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. What's for tea tonight? Noodles?
Well, all I'm going to do now is push off this side and tie up to a tree on that side, I think. It's not the worst place to be stuck because there's a water point just there, so we won't run out of water, and if they let us use the bins we can be here for quite a while, really. Like many sailors before us, we heard the sirens call and have been marooned on the rocks.
How many days do you think we're going to be here?
Island update, day 1. Things are going pretty well. It's funny walking down the boat now because you walk sort of uphill. It's like so grounded, and the back there we've got foundations and the boat's on quite a wonk. Other than that, things are pretty good, aren't they?
Oh, lovely. Morale is high for now. Check back in an hour or so.
Day 2 on this god-forsaken rock. It's actually quite nice.
You're having a nice time, aren't you? Look at you.
I like it here. I like anything that sort of means like there's nothing more that can be done now.
Well, there is. But it's
I've declared that there's nothing more that can be done to save us. I'm just waiting for the rains to come, the real rains.
I was just telling someone on the towpath about our situation, and they're like, "So what's your plan?" And I was like, "Well, we're just going to see if it rains." And they're like, "But apart from that, what's the plan?" I was like, "What are you going to try next?" And I was like, "We've tried everything we're willing to try. We've exhausted our options."
Well, there's no plan. This is the best mooring we've ever had.
It's peaceful.
Yeah. Boats can go past as fast as they like.
Yeah, we don't budge.
It's the closest we've come to living in a house in the last 8 years. And I love it.
Why'd you say that? Close living in a house? Because
we've got foundations now.
Oh.
The boat doesn't rock. You walk uphill to get to the kitchen, which is a little bit... it's not ideal. Probably wouldn't look for that in the next house, but it's quirky. Quaint little feature.
Characterful.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's a boat coming. What's William having for dinner?
He's had chili con carne, but didn't have chili or meat in it. So not really faithful to the authentic version, I wouldn't imagine.
Just had a bean extravaganza.
Yeah, bean and tomato soup. It's nice though.
Is something the matter?
Mary, I don't want to leave this island any more than you do.
I know you don't.
I'm so happy here. I've never been happier in my life.
For some of us, madness has set in.
He's lost all his teeth to scurvy. How's the edit going?
Yeah, really good actually.
Can I see?
Yeah.
So we are days into our isolation here on Mansetta Rock, and CRT are on their way to come and help us. To be fair, we've only just rung them because we were quite enjoying the peace and quiet island vibes that we had going on. But they're going to come down in a van. Not sure what the plan is, but I'm sure they have a plan for things like this. William's just woken up for his nap, handing it over to Vic.
Yeah, basically I started talking about just living here, and Joe immediately phoned CRT.
What's happening, William? So they've just arrived and using the barge pole to see if they can get us off. There's some slight rocking, but it doesn't look like we're moving anywhere. Thanks.
more stuck than you think, isn't it?
It's very stuck.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Yeah?
Don't know how long it'll take, but...
Have I got a row, or are you going to be rowing?
Oh, I can do
go
it
wrong
like
one
for you if you like. That's it, just a case of staying in the middle. I bet you didn't leave it like that either, did you? I bet when you leave it it's all nicely
It's all
coiled up.
Christmas lights and they always get tangled, don't
Yeah.
they? That's lovely, thank you very much.
No problem, mate, thank you.
Steady.
So the plan now is Martin's going to pull from this side with the rope while Sean pushes on the back of Zero with the pole. Oops.
Yeah.
Shall I get you up?
Would it feel better if I got off? Do you want me to get off, or you...
No, you'll be
Doesn't
okay.
it-
Just keep hold of the baby.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be putting you off.
I'm wondering whether to use the other boat to tow it backwards. If you could do it from the back, because it could stop there.
I was just going back to Holly to fire her up and see if I could tow Zero off in reverse, but this other boat's just coming up. We're seeing if we can employ their help. Thanks for trying.
We've escaped, and some, lucky for us, unluckily for them, passers-by have offered to help. So I think now they're going to moor up next to Zero and try and pull it off in some direction.
Hold on, hold on.
Oh.
There he come then, Dennis.
Oh, this is actually pretty nerve-wracking, isn't it? Oh! Oh, that was...
That wasn't a nice feeling. Careful.
Oh!
We'll call it to that.
Oh, my heart. Oh, I feel a bit sick. That's horrible to watch. It was just like really leaning over. Don't know if you could see. Oh! Oh. I mean, they're pretty well ballasted, but they're not totally invincible. And you just wonder what's happening to the bottom plate when you don't know what's on it.
Now it's one of my famous knots again.
Self-tightening knot. Thanks a lot for that. That was a valiant effort.
Let's just live in the middle of the canal.
That's it,
It's
why
too
not?
nerve-wracking. I feel like...
You're surrounded by lovely water.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a long thread.
I reckon
Nobody's going anywhere
you'll be
for a
out
bit
by
anyway.
Christmas.
We're right at the marina end.
Oh, there's people mooring up and stuff. Like, can't get past.
We're causing some real obstruction again.
If I knew it was going to be this stressful, I wouldn't have called, I don't think. Next time I will just take your advice and sit in ignorant bliss. Oh. Way! And we're off. What worked in the end was, I think, the guys on the boat Bramble, but they pushed back on Zero, reversed onto Zero and pushed back, and then it came loose and we could get off. But wow, that was so much scarier than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think that the boat would tip so much. So I think now when we go back in, our dinner's going to be everywhere all over the floor. I heard the table go over and the plates. But at least it's free, and we'll try and push Holly right out. We won't get Holly in the same situation, fingers crossed. Thank you to the couple on Bramble, because we wouldn't have got it off without another boat like that, but also their determination, because we were like, just give up, just give up. And they kept coming back for more, so thank you so much.
How did you find that whole experience?
Exhilarating, to say the least. It's really, when it was tipping over that much, and you don't know what's underneath, you don't know what angle the thing is underneath or whatever, pretty scary. I mean, I know it's not just going to tip right over, but it did look like it was going to tip right over.
It did.
Were you scared?
Yeah, big time.
Now we're just canoeing back from Holly back to Zero, and we'll assess the damage, because I did hear a few things go flying.
Dinner still on the stove top. That's a win.
That's got to be a benefit of having cast iron.
Here it is.
Oh, the plates.
That's brilliant. The only things that would have smashed in here actually just skidded off this table and straight onto the radiator.
I actually arranged it like that just before we came out. I'm not helping, I'm just sorting out my wardrobe. Another spring clean. Gotta do what we can while William's asleep.
As sort of free and as easy as life on the canals looks, there's an awful lot of infrastructure and effort that goes into preserving these canals, keeping them in water. And I mean, it involves like pumps and reservoirs and getting feeds from rivers and things like that. This canal at the moment is about 8 inches down, and it's a long old canal this, so that 8 inches represents quite a lot of water missing. It's because I think there's been some technical things, some pumps have broken and things like that on this canal, and the shallowness has been a bit of a contributing factor in why we got stuck in the first place. Have you got anything to add about the architecture and the infrastructure of the canals?
Yeah, just keep up the good work, guys. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and when they really realise when all the water levels go down, you're like, oh! It's probably like loads of things affected that you don't think of until things go a bit wrong.
Yeah.
But,
How much human endeavour goes unnoticed and unguessed.
Yeah.
There are some cases, obviously, where the oldness and the coolness of the infrastructure and the architecture are more obvious, like aqueducts and things like that. You know, that adds a whole nother layer of appeal to the canals for a lot of people, but a lot of it, yeah, is under the surface, I think, and goes kind of unnoticed for the most part. So to the guys in the backstage, we appreciate you.
That one I think is the funniest one.
This is so cool. You join us underneath the treehouse in our temporary home of the alpaca farm with these guys. These are our new neighbours.
They're so funny looking. There's something about them, very human faces, but like...
Hello. Pack my bags and go.
Are you ready to pack your bags and go?
We won't feel ready. We're only here for a couple of days, just while Paul, who owns this place, who is also a woodworker, does some stuff for us, woodworking stuff to child-proof the house, the houseboat.
Just some bits now that William's crawling and climbing up on stuff. We're just making some amendments. And now I've got to try and convince Vic that we need to leave so we can get baking for this weekend. But he loves it here, he doesn't want to go. What's going on in here? Just
just writing a letter to some lens repair people. See if we can get one of our camera lens repaired. Otherwise you're stuck with this wide angle, we're afraid, and you know, we know how you like those close-ups.
I think someone said, can we have more close-ups of Vic's face? He doesn't hold it close enough.
Ideally, closer on the face, please. So we heard you, and we're working to get that sorted. No matter how long it's been, or how short it's been, there's always a little spider that's found its home in the tiller pin hole. See you later, Holly. Feels like we're underway again now, on the way somewhere. We've got Atherstone lock flight ahead of us, which is a series of 11 locks very close together, but we're not going to do any of them today. We're going to just hang out at the top of the locks, and that's where we'll be opening the cafe this weekend, fingers crossed. So that'll be quite good fun. The town of Atherstone's quite nice. We're going to do some laundry there and other exciting things like that, not to thrill you too much. And then we'll be off proper, hightailing it up to the north of the country, we think. That's what we fancy now. How you doing? You alright?
After this bridge, we're mooring up. This is going to be our home for the weekend. If there's space. Perfect. So here's what Paul's done. He's made a door to cover our little cupboard under the dinette. If I can get in, I can't even get in. That's how baby proof it is. Because Vic actually just made a hole there, hacked into that, so we can keep all our camera stuff under there. And he also adjusted and fit this thing for William's bed. So now he's upgraded to one that he cannot escape from. He's done these wall brackets here to hold it. And that's it, but I feel a lot better knowing that William can't just fall out at night or crawl under the dinette and find a little house for himself under there.
Well, we're getting ready to open the cafe this weekend. Joe and Bill just off to get ingredients.
We're pretty excited. Oh, yeah. Before we go, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who bought a print. We couldn't have expected them to go any better than that. It was amazing. So thank you all so much. I hope you all enjoy them, but we'll leave it here for this week. See you later. I've come down here to get a shot like this so you can actually see the alpacas. But getting back, they've sort of blocked my way now. And I don't quite have the confidence to get through them. Okay, just act like you're on the place. They don't look like scary animals, but I know they've just had babies. Oh geez, there's more ones coming down. I'm just gonna maybe go a long way round the back. Oh geez, and now I'm like in the middle of nowhere. It's, oh god, and they're looking at me. Go, go.
You made
Safety!
it. Hooray!